Thanks for waking up with us this morning at 6. Your top stories are less than 1 minute away. I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Jordan Chavez here with Katie LaSalle and Erica Lopez, who are keeping a very close eye on your forecast as well as your morning commute. Erica, you made it in the nick of time.
Yeah, just right in there. Good morning.
Them track skills just really came in handy. Katie, what we got going on today?
You fast. Today it's going to be dry, mild if you're going for a run, a walk outside, 60s for highs. But we are seeing some big changes in the forecast. Rain, snow, we'll talk about accumulations that we're expecting coming up.
All right, and we have a ramp closure right now, right in the heart of Denver. I'm going to talk about it. It's already causing delays, so we're going to dive into that in my full report.
All right, and big news for parents this morning about a possible school district shakeup. 6 schools in the metro area could be on the chopping block over the next few years, and one of them could be yours.
This time, the closures have nothing to do with enrollment numbers. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon is walking us through the new policy this morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jordan and Corey. Denver Public Schools says that they're considering closing or replacing schools that have had underperforming test scores for years. The district says this is to make sure that these schools aren't ignored and that students get a quality education. So this is all part of a new policy, and it keeps decisions about what happens to at-risk schools within DPS rather than leaving it up to the state. Before, the State Board of Education would take action on underperforming schools after it had spent 5 years on the accountability clock. Now DPS would take over, acting on the first year they hit the warning list. That means extra support for students, administrators, and teachers, and all try and get school performance up. If a school hits year 4 without improvements, the school board would act and either close or reimagine it with a different kind of model or charter.
The goal is never to close a school. The goal is never to replace a school. Our goal is always to get in front of what are the things that are happening in a school that are keeping them from being as successful as they could be.
None of the schools on this at-risk list would be closed until the 2027 school year, and right now DPS wants to be clear, there are no schools that are set to be closed. There is 6 schools on that list, and to see it, head to our website, 9news.com. Live in Denver, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
Parents at Ridgeview Classical School in Fort Collins are worried about a busy intersection next to the campus. They're raising concerns about LeMay Avenue and Stewart Street. Traffic there has grown with the town. Fort Collins' most recent data online shows around 30,000 cars pass through that intersection daily. We reached out to the interim traffic director, James Reed, about this.
Was a request back in August of 2023. Everything seems up to par, but the difference is, we're 2 years down the road, and things can change a lot in 2 years, especially with a school.
Reed says the intersection does have a street light there, which could impact major changes like a speed reduction zone.
While you were sleeping, Boulder Fire Rescue and other fire agencies responded and contained a small wildfire between Boulder Canyon and Flagstaff. The fire was only 2 acres in size. Crews responded to that fire around 11 p.m. last night. They were able to contain the fire around 2:15 this morning. Crews stayed on scene throughout the night to monitor the area. No structures were damaged and no one was hurt. Bringing it back to downtown Denver with a live look this morning, dark and early. Katie is tracking a pretty mild, dry day for us, but that could change later tomorrow. In the meantime, what can we expect as we step outside this morning, Katie?
Good morning to you both. Happy Wednesday to you, Colorado. It's going to be mostly sunny skies, some chilly temperatures this morning. Still slightly above average for both our highs and lows for today. We'll be in the 60s later on across the Front Range and Eastern Plains, but we are bracing for some much needed widespread precipitation. This isn't major for the mountains, but we will be seeing accumulating snow over higher terrain, a rain-snow mix possible in some spots, mainly west and south of Denver, but wet roadways are to be expected Thursday night into Friday. This morning we have been seeing some light shower activity up near Carbondale and Glenwood Springs. Nothing major to impact the drive in and around the state this morning. It has dropped down to 26 degrees this morning in Greeley, so sweaters, jackets, it's chilly out there. The sun will feel nice this afternoon because, as you can see from our metro area forecast, will warm up quickly. 9 o'clock at 48 degrees. Winds stay relatively calm. Dry for today. Partly cloudy skies this afternoon and daytime highs in the low to mid 60s. Winds from the west around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Nothing on tap for today in terms of hazardous conditions expected statewide, with upper 60s across the plains, 40s, some low 50s in the mountains. We are bracing though for our next storm system swirling into Colorado as we get into tomorrow afternoon. So we'll stay dry, mostly cloudy, cooler for tomorrow. You can see some widespread rain impacting the plains. In Denver, wet conditions. We're not really looking at the chance for snow. It's not looking cold enough, unfortunately, Erica, to see those flakes flying, but some great precipitation expected. We'll talk more about totals and the timing when this clears out coming up in your extended forecast.
Katie, thank you. 6:04. Let's get you out the door with your traffic impact drive. New problem of the morning. Right when Sky 9 gets up and flying for us on one of our main interstates. So this is on southbound I-25 in the area of Thornton Parkway. What we can see here is a very active scene. Fire crews, emergency crews, and police out here. One vehicle is working to be towed. So what we have is 2 lanes open and moving. We've got the express lane and an additional lane closed off. Southbound I-25 right around Thornton Parkway, main thoroughfare in the morning, and it's already causing delays. I want to take you over to what we're seeing kind of behind it. This is all the congestion that we're seeing on southbound I-25 in Thornton Parkway for folks trying to merge all the way to the right-hand side of the interstate. Now I have this Commerce City camera up as well because we're getting reports of a wreck on westbound 270 and York Street. We often see eastbound delays here at 270 and York, but we're getting reports of that westbound crash. So eastbound lanes headed away from us, westbound lanes headed toward us. Can't see it in the camera. That, of course, does not mean it's not happening. It's just out of view. Let's take you over to our map. Let me run through what we have going on. So this southbound I-25 Thornton Parkway crash already jumped us up to an 11-minute delay. Things are in the clearing process, but it still could take some time. So as always, Huron Street, Washington Street, really good workaround options for you this morning. Again, reports of a westbound 270 crash at York Street. I am seeing eastbound delays as well as westbound delays on 270 through Commerce City. So I-70 could be a workaround for you there. And then the other thing I'm following right now is a northbound I-25 ramp closure due to some road work. It is impacting folks trying to get onto westbound 6th Avenue. We don't have any additional information. Rest of the major interstates, like look at I-25, we're still mostly green, aren't looking too crazy just yet. Just those few problems that you'll want to watch out for.
Erica, thank you. CBI is searching for a missing Indigenous teenager. 16-year-old Destiny Timberlake was last seen Sunday night in the area of I-25 in Fontaine in Colorado Springs. She was last seen wearing ripped jeans and 2 T-shirts. Destiny has a butterfly tattoo on her left forearm. If you see her, call 911 or the El Paso County Sheriff's Office at 719-390-5555.
A skydiving company in Longmont is now connected to 7 deaths in 7 years. With the latest incident on Sunday, this company now accounts for 7% of all skydiving deaths in the United States during that time. The Boulder County Sheriff says just after 3 p.m. Sunday, a 60-year-old parachutist from Mile High Skydiving was found dead. His parachute only partially opened, according to witnesses. Skydiving deaths are rare. No more than 20 have been recorded in any single year since 2018.
The NTSB has released its preliminary report on a plane's crash landing on a road in Castle Rock. It says the plane's engine lost all power about 45 minutes after taking off from Colorado Springs on November 10th. The pilot couldn't restore that power, forcing an emergency landing. The report says the left wing of the plane struck a car while coming down. Nobody was hurt. The next step is an examination of the engine.
The cleanup process following a UPS cargo jet crash that killed 14 people is moving slowly. That crash happened in Kentucky about 2 weeks ago, and contractors are still finding and packaging pieces of the plane. According to the local utility company, 90 customers in the area are still without power. 94 are without gas, and waterways are being monitored for hundreds of thousands of gallons of oily runoff. The reason the plane lost an engine and caught fire on takeoff is still not clear, but for the first time since the crash, we are hearing from the president of UPS Airlines. He says that the search for a root cause continues.
And once we determine that, then they'll be able to develop an inspection plan, figure out, can we go out, can we inspect it? If so, how do we repair it? How do we put it back together? And then eventually return the fleet to service. But that's not going to happen quickly.
In the meantime, the UPS fleet of MD-11 aircraft remains grounded.
The bill to force the release of files in the Jeffrey Epstein case is on its way to President Trump's desk. The plan passed the House and the Senate with only a single no vote between both chambers. Survivors of Epstein's abuse cheered the Senate vote at a candlelight vigil. The files are set to be released within 30 days of the president signing the bill.
President Trump's mass deportation plan is a business opportunity for some companies in Colorado. This is according to a human rights advocacy group. Human Rights First says that Key Lime Air has been operating flights for ICE moving detainees across the country. The group says the Centennial-based airline operated 83 flights with detainees in September alone. In a statement, Key Lime declined to confirm or discuss their charter operations, and we don't know if any of those 80-plus ICE flights have taken off from Denver.
Colorado's Independent Ethics Commission wants to figure out whether a group illegally bankrolled a trip to Vail for more than a dozen Democrats from the state legislature. The Colorado Sun broke this story. The group, One Main Street Colorado, offered to spend $25,000 on a block of hotel rooms for 17 Democratic lawmakers to attend a retreat with lobbyists in Vail. One Main Street doesn't disclose its donors. The paid trip would be well above and beyond the $75 limit on gifts lawmakers are allowed to accept under state law. Neither One Main Street nor Democratic legislators have confirmed who paid for the rooms. Colorado's Democratic Party said legislators have taken good faith steps to address the complaint by making a donation to the Food Bank of the Rockies. We're still investigating if they violated the law.